Hey everybody, how's it going? Jonathan Javier here, CEO, co-founder of Wonsulting, and I'm excited to announce that we have launched InterviewAI by Wonsulting. Now, what is InterviewAI by Wonsulting? It's an AI job search tool which will help you master your interview skills. Now, picture this. You have an interview coming up in 24 hours, and you don't know exactly how to prepare. You're scrambling, looking at questions online and saying to yourself, well, what are they going to ask? Who's going to help me prep? How should I even prep? And you go call your friends, you text them, you ask your connections on LinkedIn, and you say, hey, can you help me interview prep? And all of them say, I'm too busy. Has anybody else felt that way? Anxious, nervous before those interviews? I felt that same way, especially when I was on my job search, interviewing at these dream companies like the Snapchats, the Googles, the Goldman Sachs of the world. And I thought to myself, wow, I wish I had someone that could help me prepare. I wish I knew what questions I could potentially be asked. And I wish I could get feedback, real-time feedback, so I can improve and crush those interviews. That is when InterviewAI by Wonsulting came to life. So I'd love to show you how you can utilize InterviewAI by Wonsulting to crush those interviews and land those jobs. So how do you get started with InterviewAI? First, log into Wonsulting AI, and you'll go to the left tab where it says InterviewAI. Click that tab and you'll be on the InterviewAI home screen. What you'll see on this page is the following. Number one, there's a welcome to InterviewAI where you can start a new interview. Number two, you can see the interviews that you've completed as well as the ones you didn't complete. Number three, you can see your progress. And number four, you can see your average interview score. And we rate this based off the content that you say, your speech, and nonverbal cues. You can also see the most frequent feedback from the interviews that you've done on InterviewAI, whether it's through facial emotions, speech, or content. So let's get you started with your first interview. You'll have two options to choose from to use InterviewAI. You'll have with Auto-Apply AI, and you'll have manually enter. For with Auto-Apply AI, if you've utilized Auto-Apply AI already to find jobs that you're interested in, all of those jobs will populate in our search. You can select one of these jobs and you can see the role, the company, the resume that you're using, as well as the job description. So you see that there's a bunch of jobs that you can select from to prepare for your interviews. If you want to manually enter a job, let's just say that you get it from another job board, you can select manually enter. And you can put the job title, the company name, you can put your interviewer's job title and job description, which are both optional. For this case, we'll use with Auto-Apply AI, and let's select the account executive role at Google. So I'll select it there, and then I'll click continue. When I click continue, it'll create me a tailored interview based on the job description and will give me potential questions that they may ask during that interview. As you can tell here, it's going to be a couple minutes. It's going to ask me some questions as well as follow-up questions based on my answers. Click continue here. It'll show you a little bit of how it works, and then click start interview. You'll be then brought to this screen. On this screen, make sure that your video looks clear and your sound is good. And once they both are, you can click continue. As you can tell on the right side, the AI has questions that they'll ask you during the interview. I'll click continue now, and there will be a quick countdown for 5 seconds, and then the AI will ask me those questions.
Can you provide an example of a time when you successfully developed and implemented a comprehensive lead generation strategy? How did it contribute to an increase in qualified leads and sales?
Awesome. So I'll answer this question as an example. I'll say Snapchat. So a time when I successfully developed and implemented a comprehensive lead generation strategy was at Snapchat. I worked at Snapchat as a sales operations analyst, and I worked directly with account executives who were selling to large corporations. What they were selling was ad space on Snapchat stories. What I noticed is that our account executives were not getting high quality leads. And the reason why is because anybody could go and speak to the sales team, regardless if they could afford our services or if they were just interested in general. So what I did was the following. I created a resource that showcased why people should sell on Snapchat. It was a 20-page PDF, and in that, I included a form which asked the question of how much are you willing to spend on your ads every single month? For everybody who said they'd spend over $5,000, we'd have them speak to our sales team. If they didn't, they would go to a webinar which described a bit about how our ads worked. What resulted from this was we were able to increase sales by 25%, as well as have no-show rates go from 60% to 40% in 3 months. After I'm done answering, what I'll do is I'll click Submit Answer, and we'll go to the next question, or it'll ask me a follow-up question based on my answer. I'll click Submit Answer now.
Can you elaborate on the specific strategies and tactics you use to create the resource showcasing the benefits of advertising on Snapchat? How did you ensure that the form included in the resource accurately identified potential high-spending leads?
So as you can tell, the AI asked me a follow-up question based on my answer. I talked about how I created that resource, so it's asking me even more questions about what I did to create that resource. So what I can do is the following. I could either answer it or I could skip the question. What I'll do for this case is I'll just click Skip Question and we'll go to this next question.
How have you utilized your skills in sales research and target customer identification to improve conversion rates in your previous roles? Can you give us an example of a successful outcome?
So as you can tell, it's asking me these questions to see how my experiences are. And these are potential questions that the recruiter or the interviewer will ask you. By knowing these questions, you'll be able to prepare even better and crush those interviews. So you can either answer the question again, you can click Submit Answer, or you can skip the question. Or if you want to put it on pause, you can click the stop sign here and it will pause. Then you can go back to it by going back to the home page, and there'll be a suggested for you tab where you can continue the interview. In this case, I'll just click Skip Question, and at the end, it'll say, great job, you finished the interview, and now our AI will do the scoring. Like I said before, the scoring is based on your nonverbal cues, your content, and other pieces of feedback to help you crush those interviews. Thanks so much for watching this demo about InterviewAI by Wonsulting. We really do appreciate it, and we are so excited for you to utilize our tools to elevate your job search. This InterviewAI by Wonsulting is currently in the beta stage, so we really appreciate any feedback that you all have on it, and we'd love to hear more about how we can improve our tools so we can continue turning underdogs into winners. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful day.